Right, you're with me, Damien, here with this, once again, the beautiful Garrard 4HF. Just finished a slight bit of maintenance on this machine. There are, inside the tone arm here, two very small ball bearing races above and below the turn arm pivot there, which control the lateral motion. And they were originally oiled with, at the time, was considered a good lubricant by Garrard. It was basically a mixture of oil and like grease, but over time all that remained was the grease, and it's hardened to almost to Vaseline when I was removing it. I didn't get a video of taking it out, but it was very close to Vaseline, which was almost useless for lubrication, obviously. Caused a lot of binding problems with the tone arm when it was especially around the middle point of a record. This one's got a Statin 500 in it, 500 Mark III, which is a great needle for this turntable because it tracks at about 3 to 5 grams. I've got it on 3 here, but it really doesn't mind the heavy weight of these old arms, especially considering the compliance as well. It's a bit finicky about what it will take. But once I removed all the ball bearings, there were 12 in the top and 12 in the bottom, very, very small ball bearings, and cleaned the race out and the ball bearings and put them back in with a bit of machine oil. You can now see that the freedom of movement across the entire range here is, I mean, obviously it's hard for me to convey what it was like before and even what it's like now, but there's no sticking whatsoever. It doesn't really mind that at all. I'm not sure what's wrong with the focus here, but let me pull that back in. So I also tightened up the start. These are the Garrard. This is one of the only record players in the world that I'm aware of. There may be more. The start is initiated by pulling the tone arm away from the unit. There's a linkage underneath that that controls the motor start when you pull it away like that. The reason I chose this record is because it has very, I mean, it's an anachronistic record for this turntable as well, but also it has very heavy bass sections which used to cause mistracking. Pop it on here. And as you can see, there's it's very, very straight up and down. It's not being pulled along by the arm or anything like that. Head shell's a bit crooked, but I can't do much about that. But maybe turn the terminal block inside the head shell a bit. Yeah, usually before, when you would place it, when you would cue it on the turntable, bugger that, it would fight which groove it was going to go into. You could hear it, like it would skip across a couple of grooves when it would go in, but it's not doing that anymore. And no needle torque anymore as well, or very little needle torque. I'll just turn the amplifier down here. I mean, there's a little bit because it's tracking at 3 grams, but I used to get a lot of needle torque out of it as well. I believe that's because it was fighting the tone arm to sort of move across the record, and it's hunting for focus there. But not too much needle torque, which is good, again. Obviously the next step will be the motor, cleaning the motor out. Motor bearings, they seem okay. I mean, the motor's not too audible. You can sort of, if I was to, I'll just take this off. I mean, you can hear it there, but it's not, you can't really hear it across the room or anything. You can't hear it over the music, so I think the bearings are alright for the moment, but yeah, I don't think the stroboscope will work because I believe that uses the persistence of human vision. So, but yes, and obviously just tap down on the to stop.